The following is rated F for fairness. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Audio Show.
All right, friends. So there's something called context matters. And because O'Neill doesn't want to be talking off the top of his head, I said, you know what? Let me go check for a podcast that's out there because I feel like we're arguing with a lot of Amber fans and the argument is very emotional. It has no logic. But they give us this so that we can basically do what we're doing now, which is basically to check things out. So I tried to go find out how much Jesse Lears gets paid for being on the Breakfast Club, which is a huge podcast. We know Jess Lears, right? And Jess Lears has had her stand-up comedy from way before. These girls have had nothing. Listen to all of this that they're reporting. Jess Lears is paid reportedly an annual salary of $700,000 as a co-host on the Breakfast Club, rather than having ownership in the show. Now that is from some person, which is owned by iHeartMedia. So look at what's going on here. So reportedly paid. She negotiated a salary of $700,000 per year when she was permanently joined the show in early 2024 to replace Angela Yee. Do you see this? Standing firm, she openly discussed turning down initial lower offers and sticking firmly to her financial demands during her contract talks. Income handling. She has stated in an interview that she treats her earnings from the show as a dedicated stream of income separate from her other business ventures and comedy touring. Listen to these things. Show ownership structure. Corporate ownership. The intellectual property, syndication, and network rights belong to iHeartMedia rather than the individual on-air co-hosts, which means Jesse Lears does not even own her own thing. But listen to this. Platform deals. Major distribution shifts, such as video licensing agreements, are negotiable corporately by the parent company rather than an equity share for the hosting talent. They don't own it. Okay? They don't own it. So basically they argue all of these various things. Now, could Charlemagne probably have some share by now? Maybe, because Charlemagne basically now is kind of the show. People now come to watch Charlemagne, but that may be why Charlemagne has his own other platforms that he goes on. Again, these girls are way over their head, but I realized people didn't know what context we're talking into. So with that, let's jump into the next piece of the show. Let's go.
Hey, baby.
What's up, babe?
Oh, I don't know, just being the boss that I am. Because you know.
It's in a good mood.
I mean, your girl is a boss. You know.
Boss.
I'm not just beautiful. I'm brains too.
Talk it to.
Did somebody just step on a chicken in the background just now? Because I know it sounds like somebody step on one of those rubber chickens in the background. It sounds like somebody step on a rubber chicken. That's all I'm saying.
So, we had our meeting today with the lawyer.
How'd that go?
Yeah, it went well.
Okay.
I can't lie. I really, really wanted to demand 50% from Wayne. I mean, I think it's only fair, right? 5 beautiful women, we split it. But she thought that 25% was more realistic. And I got the girls to agree. And she thinks that we can really make that happen.
25%?
25%. I mean, I think
That's pretty generous.
it's pretty much what we deserve.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You heard what I just said, right? Jesse Lears does not make anything off of the percentage ownership of the Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club is a huge show. She makes a salary. And she's making that salary now because, of course, Jesse Lears does tour. People know Jesse Lears. So it makes sense that Jesse Lears can command some more monies. This is what we're talking about. I've been looking at the comments and I've noticed that a lot of Amber fans are in their feelings. They don't understand how the show business go. Them just have a whole person. No worries.
of course I wanted 50, but you know, Wayne did put up all the money to structure the podcast and build it out. So,
Well, is Wayne like, with him touring and the shows and stuff like that, is he going to be like a big part of the podcast, like showing up to the podcast? And...
I mean, he's got to be on a few episodes.
Okay, so you guys are going to be pretty much the
We are
staples of this is
yes, it's our beautiful faces.
right.
So I think that 25% that's a sweet spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, of every single dollar that comes to that podcast, we go
Of all the revenue,
of everything.
25%. Okay.
25%. Because I do what I do, baby.
Okay.
So Wayne can't say no, because I'm going to make him say yes.
You're going to make him say yes. You remembered what I just showed y'all just now. I gave you Jesse Lyris as and Jesse Lyris is not even a fair comp, right? But I just give you something to compare it with because I've realized now when people listen to me, they're now starting to basically get what you call it now. They think that I'm trying to be mean and they don't realize that I'm just being logical. There's mean and there's logical. O'Neill is very, very logical and he tries to get the show to educate as to what they're saying, right? Why should he give them 25% of ownership for something that they're not paying for? You've seen how iHeartRadio has to do what they have to do, and rightfully so, because iHeartRadio is a brand. Do you see iHeartRadio on the radio talking or on YouTube? No, you don't. But you do see them in the background. You do see basically iHeart plugging and making sure that the monies are put in here and all things are properly done and them get the guests in. But hey,
Knock your tongue.
I'm just saying,
You know what I'm saying?
not just
It's like that GLD deal.
the GLD.
You just getting it done.
I guess I'm a boss.
Boss.
It's in
Big
me.
boss.
Big boss. And see,
Yeah.
having you in my life, just made me more confident in that. I'm a big boss, and you a big dog.
Oh yeah.
So, I can't wait till Wayne signs on the dotted line,
Right.
and we're gonna be in there.
Nice.
no, that is a very, very good joke until we inside. You see, she just expects to get things without anything at all. This is the most, I'm starting to realize how unreasonable. I'm realizing Amber is just in general unreasonable. I thought at first she was unreasonable in divorce, but I'm realizing no, it's a trait of hers. She is an unreasonable person. Her idea is that basically she deserves everything in the world and no one deserves anything else. That's what it is, as long as, she's in it.
Excited for you, man.
Thank you. And then you and I can do our celebration thing. Yeah, I want to celebrate now, baby.
Always dealing with good celebration. Down for a good celebration.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm like, because I know this podcast is gonna make millions.
Oh yeah.
25% of millions.
How do you know the podcast is going to make money? What is the indicator? Notice all they're talking about is the money the podcast is going to make. No one is telling us how they're going to make the podcast a success. That's all I'm saying, Up to now, not one of them have stated, hey, I'm going to do this and this and this, and I'm thinking this, and I think we can plug ourselves in here, and I'm going to go here. So they're going to basically they're trying to ride Wayne's back to make a lot of money, but it's talking about them face. That's what they're saying. So as you can see, she has said what she deserve. Let me just put this back right up here. So I tried to see, what does Jesse Lyris get? Jesse Lyris is way more popular, right, in terms of comp than a Shayla, than a Amber, than a Delicia, than a Tamara, than any of these girls. Way more popular. Look at Jesse Lyris. She makes a salary. A salary. She doesn't own the show. She has no ownership in the show. She makes a salary, and they still are using her face, her image, her likeness, her ideas, because she have Jess with a mess, because she have like a car that she does her thing. She's still doing all of those things, and she does not own anything with the podcast. I rest my case. Deontay Reviews, I'm glad you brought this up because I wanted to make sure I did some of the backwork so people could see. Like I said, I'm all into the game of people having knowledge and not just talking off the top of them head, right? And because I know you're working, you just a talk. Look here, you just a talk, and which is great. Anybody can talk. Anybody can say anything at all. It's what you're saying. The aim of my platform is to bring substance and not just trash. That's exactly what's going on. Tell Amber for wipe off our bottom more, right? Because they have something on it. Give me a take. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Talk to you soon.